fish. It's a real pretty fish. That Miradine, that's a good 16. Real nice, healthy fish. Beautiful fish. Yeah, I've been experimenting with different anchoring methods. You know, I do have a shallow water anchor on the back of the boat, but one thing that I think is a problem with it on windy days like this is that the stern of the boat is into the waves and it makes a lot of noise. Versus if you anchor from the front of the boat and you get the bow, and I just think it's a lot quieter, and I'm really experimenting with stealth more than I used to. And so unless I take off from work, it's hard for me to get time out here in the water that doesn't involve a lot of other people on the same schedule as most everybody else. We're all a lot of us are weekend warriors, but one approach is to go on days that nobody else wants to go on, like this day. It's 20 knot winds, and had a big storm come through, a strong front, and there aren't any boats out. So, well, actually there's one boat out here, but that's all. The fish are here and biting them, as you just saw. Another fish. Next cast after that. After I had a few words with you there. Another decent. Yeah, this is probably 14. Yep, nothing wrong with that fish. Nice healthy 14-incher, maybe 14 and a half. Oh yeah. Very nice. Another, it's about the same, a little bit longer than the last one. Sort of like 15-inch fish. Yeah, so these are nice fish. Water temperature out here is 55 degrees. So even though we have this really strong front it came through yesterday especially, it hasn't dropped the temperatures a lot yet. It's going to be in the 30s tonight. But for now, the water temperature is certainly high enough for these fish to attack and chase down hard twitch baits. Yeah, and look at this water clarity. This water clarity is beautiful. Phew, this is a frantic one. Another nice fish. 16 inches. That one's a little bigger. Yeah, this fish is a 16-inch. Easy. Nice fish. I've been trying different of these lipless twitch baits, hard twitch baits, and the softine too, that corky. But kind of been jumping around between Miradine, the last few trips, and the Subwalk or the Catch 5 Miralure. So I think I'll try the Subwalk, because I know the fish are really hitting this Miradine well. Try the Subwalk, see what kind of response I get. Subwalk, about, I don't know, half a dozen casts. I did get somebody smacked it, a fish smacked it, but I didn't connect with it. So they're looking at it, but I wonder if they're just looking instead of committing. So I'm going to go back to the Miradine and see if I get any hookups right away. Sure enough, a few casts later, I get a bump, and then he comes back and takes the Miradine. It's a 27 MR, which is the XL, and nice fish. Yeah, that's a beautiful fish. That's yeah, so it's hard to get a really good, robust scientific comparison between lures unless you've got, a couple people fishing them, or it's just hard to do it apples to apples. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like they prefer this Miralure Miradine right now, 27 MR, to the Subwalk. You know, Subwalk does, I think it runs a little bit shallower than this Miradine. They're both suspending, but the Rapala Subwalk definitely doesn't go less than 2 foot. It really suspends high. 27 MR might, I think it sinks a bit farther, so that could make a difference. I'm in about 5 foot of water here, 5 to 6, so could make a difference. Often, most of them have hit it. A lot of them have hit it when it's still, so it's just sinking or floating. I'm sure there's some movement of it because it's rough out here and windy, so I'm sure even the line probably moves it, spins it a little when it's just setting free. And I don't mind it having slack in the line. Good fish too. No doubt this lure in pink and white with the yellow bottom works well. I need to try a jig now as well. I've got a jig rigged up with a 1/4 ounce lead head on it, and I want to see what they think about a jig. Well, what do you know, first cast with the jig, I get hung up on the bottom, and I have my big anchor out on the chain. I don't want to pull that up to go over there, so maybe short-lived. I may need to go to a 1/8 ounce jig head anyway. Tore it off. Okay, this is the Catch 5 Miralure, and big honking bait. I think of it kind of like the Subwalk, but it does sink a little farther. It's suspending lipless twitch bait. So I want to see how it compares to the Miradine, which seems to be, well, it's doing very well today, this evening. Go back to the Miradine again. Let's see what happens. That was 6 casts with the Catch 5. No response. That should have been long enough to get something, but we'll see if the Miradine can get something in 6 casts. Another fish in on the Miradine. Catch 5 did not deliver in 6 casts, and the Miradine is producing again. This fish, another 15-incher. Very nice fish. Yeah, I moved around a bit, and they definitely like this area. This is where I caught most of the fish you've seen on this video. They just like this area better than the surrounding areas. Nice fish. Wow, all these fish are nice. Really nice size. Let's say a key has been to anchor though. I've had a lot better luck when I'm anchored than when I'm drifting. But the problem with the drifting today is it's just so windy and the drift is too fast for, I think, the speed that they like this bait fished. They really respond well when it's just idle or I'm not moving it. I think the water's moving it, and they usually hit it at that time when I'm still. And I think I can't fish it slow enough on the drift today. Sun's going down. Been a nice afternoon and evening. I didn't get here about 2:30, and it's pretty productive. I ended up with 10 fish between probably 15 and 17 inches. So real nice size fish, all on a Miradine 27 MR, except for one I caught on a jig, and that one I caught in a different place. So where I was here in the shallower water, that was the lure, no doubt about it. And the cold wasn't too bad. I'm going to be out here tomorrow morning as well, and so maybe you'll see a bit of that as well. Anyway, hope you can get out and fish. I'll see you later.